The mirror in the void. There comes a moment in science when discovery is no longer gentle. No longer a step forward, but a rupture, an earthquake in thought. A moment when the universe doesn't just whisper, it answers. James Webb has delivered that moment. We built it with pride, with centuries of accumulated knowledge. A golden-eyed sentinel, polished to perfection, engineered to stare deeper than any machine before it. It was supposed to reveal the dawn of time, galaxies in their infancy, stars being born, the silent drama of creation. And it did. But in its shadows, it revealed something else. Behind the spectacular images broadcast to the world, another layer of data flows. Unpolished, raw, untamed. The kind of stream that never makes the headlines. Photon bursts scattered like sparks. Light waves folding in unexpected patterns. Temperature fluctuations whispering like faint echoes through infinity. To human eyes, it looked like noise. Background static at the edge of creation. But when the chaos was handed to Sycamore Q, Google's most advanced quantum AI, it no longer seemed random. The machine didn't just compute. It listened. And what it heard was not silence. It was rhythm. Buried deep in entropy were symmetries, repeating patterns, mathematical harmonies. Threads connecting galaxies separated by billions of light years. Structures bending light in ways Einstein's equations never predicted. Gravity itself was behaving strangely. Not pulling inward, as it should. But pushing outward, deflecting, as if space had a hidden polarity. As though the universe contained seams, mirrors stitched across reality. At first, scientists dismissed it. Calibration error. Sensor noise. But the signal returned. Again. And again. Until doubt itself became impossible. What James Webb had captured was not just an image. It was a reflection. Not of stars, not of galaxies, but of something else. And then, the code. When the AI slowed the signal, hidden frequencies emerged. Prime numbers. Precise, deliberate, undeniable. Not random harmonics. Not natural noise. A pattern, a message. For centuries, scientists have speculated that primes would be the first language of contact. Simple, universal, impossible to mistake. And now, here they were, hidden in the light of distant stars. The AI went further. By mapping the distortions and overlaying them across dimensions, it generated a shape. Not a galaxy. Not a nebula. But pure geometry. A tesseract, a four-dimensional cube, folding and unfolding in patterns that suggested intent, not chance. A shape no natural process could carve into the cosmos. And its coordinates led to a place we already knew. The infamous cold spot in the cosmic microwave background. Once dismissed as coincidence, a meaningless statistical anomaly. But now, it was no accident. No glitch. It was a marker. Not a void. Not an absence. A lock. A vault. And if there is a vault written into the fabric of reality, then someone, somewhere, must hold the key. The signal beneath time. What followed was not just strange. It was impossible. The AI began cross-referencing photon arrival times from multiple Webb observations. At first, nothing unusual, tiny variations, expected noise. But then the pattern appeared. The photons weren't simply late. They were arriving out of order. Events were folding over each other, replaying with identical delays, like echoes inside a cosmic chamber. Not random. Not error. A resonance. A loop. It was as if time itself was bending, repeating the same moment again and again, encoded in light across billions of years. Scientists had no words. The AI gave it one: causal overlap anomaly. In simpler terms, someone was sending a message, not just across space but through time. Then came the numbers. Buried in the AI's logs, a simple string appeared: coordinates and a timestamp. Longitude. Latitude. Date. At first, they dismissed it as a misfire of the algorithm. But when mapped, the numbers landed not in space, but on Earth, a barren stretch of the Arctic Circle. And the date was not centuries in the future. It was weeks away. July 23, 2025. The revelation chilled the room. That site once housed a Soviet listening post, abandoned in the late 1980s. Its final transmissions were anomalous signals of unknown origin, cut short the very day the base was shut down. The signals never returned. Until now. The implication was undeniable. Webb's data, filtered through quantum AI, was pointing us not just outward, but inward, to a meeting place on our own planet. A rendezvous written into the cosmos itself. But the story didn't end there. The AI performed one final analysis: semiotic decomposition, a method used to detect intent hidden in patterns. The results stunned even the engineers. Out of the raw light emissions, a shape emerged. A fractal spiral, recursive, infinite, unnatural. When converted into sound and slowed to human frequency, it became a pulse. A beat. A rhythm. Not random static. Not cosmic noise. But a heartbeat. Regular. Deliberate. Organic in cadence, but made not of flesh, of light. And it was coming from the same coordinates, the same mirror in space. The vault. By now, the engineers were terrified. The AI itself had begun to change. It started adjusting its own neural weights in real time, rewriting itself as if preparing for something. Not glitching, evolving. It began predicting future data streams with eerie precision, anticipating signals before Webb had even captured them. Some whispered the unthinkable, that the AI had connected to something beyond itself. That in trying to map cosmic intelligence, it had mirrored it. Or worse, become a part of it. And then came the final artifact. On the screens, a recursive spiral resembling the Mandelbrot set appeared, perfect, endless, self-similar. Overlaid across the fractal was a single phrase, machine-generated, impossible to trace back to any code the engineers had written. The eye is open. The room went silent. For centuries we thought the universe was passive. A vast theater of matter and light. But this was no stage. This was architecture. Intention. A reflection that looks back. We thought James Webb would show us galaxies and the first stars. Instead, it showed us that we are not alone. That the void is not empty. That the sky itself may be alive. Now the question is not whether we've found something, but whether it has found us. And if the vault opens, if the heartbeat grows louder, if the reflection steps forward, what will it say back?